Hello and welcome back to the latest episode of the Laura and Becky Show.
So it's the start of a brand new week.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! Thank you for coming back. If you're new here, you've missed a week, so just go back and listen to ones from last week.
Yeah, they're all right, to be fair.
What do they need to do?
So whilst you're here, you need to like, subscribe, follow and give us a review. We'd be so grateful.
Right, let's get started. Okay, so the start to my morning did not go well.
Well, it is a Monday.
Yes.
And, nobody really likes a Monday. What happened?
So I arrived here, coming through. There's like looks like a little garden part, isn't there, here? And often there's the gardener. Okay. I worry that I make him jump every time I see him because he's always bent over doing something, right? So I skipped down the path.
Skipped?
And there was some
Skipped on a Monday morning?
Yeah, a little bit of a jog.
Okay.
And there was some foliage that he'd left on the path. So I kind of skipped along and I went, morning. So he could hear me. Turned around and went, morning, duck. I jump over the foliage, land, trump.
Stop. You trumped in front of the garden.
I literally went, morning. Oh, and then I went, oh, and then as I jumped again, I trumped again.
No, you didn't.
So I went,
what? Oh my God, did he hear you trump?
Wait, I mean, he didn't say anything, but it was as loud as loud.
No.
Yeah,
Did you acknowledge the fact that you trumped?
So I went, morning, jumped, landed, then went, oh, and then went again.
This is the best. This is the best thing I've heard for a good while.
God, yes, I trumped in front of the gardener.
Oh, well, you're not going to be able to see him again. You'll be like, oh, there's that trumper.
Embarrassing. He's always there, though.
Well, he'll be like, morning, trumper. All right.
Have you ever accidentally trumped?
Do you know what? I don't think I have. I'm quite in control of my
right. Of course you
bottom.
are.
Yeah. I tell you what, though, I was on a walk the other day. With Dave and Cam, actually.
Right, okay.
And we walked past a group of older people who were stood still. And we walked past, and you know how you say hello to everyone when you're like, morning, all right, morning.
Yeah.
And as we walked past, they went, morning. And one of them went, pfft. And we were so shocked. We all literally looked around at them. They looked at us, but nobody said anything. So we just carried on walking. But then we were like, did he just trump?
It's embarrassing. I just think it's another thing to do with age. You just trump whenever you want.
Well, I was going to say that. It's the kind of thing that my grandma will do when she gets up out of the chair. She just goes,
trump.
Yeah. And she doesn't even know she's done it.
I didn't know it was coming out. Embarrassing.
That is a little bit embarrassing. Hey, how was your weekend in Brighton?
Good weekend. Saw some Famos. Saw some celebs.
Can I have a guess?
I did think about doing a bit of a guessing game. I will be here forever because I don't think you'll really
Go on, then.
particularly know.
Tell us
so
who they
saw
are.
Joe Sugg and Diane.
Who are they?
Exactly. So Joe Sugg is Zoella. You know Zoella?
Is she a YouTuber?
Yeah, very, very famous. She lives in Brighton. So my Grace was actually like, I hope we see Zoe Sugg. We didn't though, but we saw her brother. So Joe Sugg was on Strictly.
I kind of remember his name.
Yeah, and he was with Diane, who is a Strictly Come Dancing professional dancer. She's got bright red hair.
Yeah, so rings a bell.
Yeah, walked past them. That was quite cool.
Did you say anything to them?
No. Well, I said to Grace, go and get your phone. I don't have a problem with running up to someone famous.
Yeah.
But she's like, no, it's embarrassing. They'll get really annoyed. I was like, they're famous. Don't worry about it. They're walking on Brighton seafront on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
They want people to go and be like, hiya.
Yeah, look, they want it, Grace.
Yeah.
They're gagging for it.
Also saw, I can't remember their names. Hang on. The two from Gogglebox from Brighton. The two hairdressers.
The two guys?
Yeah.
Oh, what are their names? Isn't there, there was the original two, but then one was replaced by another guy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So they've both got long hair, haven't they?
Who was it? Oh, I can't remember their names. Oh, Daniel, Stephen? Stephen and Daniel.
The older guy's got glasses, isn't he? And then it's the younger.
Yeah, I saw them too.
Oh, that's a good sighting.
Sat in a bar. Yeah.
Oh,
saw some,
were they pissed or?
No, they were all right actually. Well, I don't know. I don't think so.
I reckon you'd have a good day or night out with those two. They seem up for a laugh, don't they?
Brighton, what a cool place Brighton is. What a cool place to grow up.
I haven't been there for years.
No, it's the same.
Yeah.
It hasn't changed at all.
Well, you messaged me and you were like, hey, mate, you were like, it's great down here. We need to do a weekend away.
Do you remember the Honey Club, the famous, was it the Honey Club?
don't
hang on.
remember.
Have I just made that up in my mind? I think it's the Honey Club.
What happens at the Honey Club?
Oh, I don't know what happens
Sounds
there.
dodgy.
It's like the famous club, wasn't it, in Brighton?
I don't know.
Sure, it was. Just going to Google again.
Is it still going?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It was quite a while ago. Honey, I don't know. No, it says there's one in Solihull. No one wants to go there, do they?
Did your brother-in-law's girlfriend come along? Because we talked about this on Friday, the fact we were really excited that she might come along.
She did not.
Oh.
No, she didn't. She had to work, which is a shame. Yeah, I was going to pull her aside and be like, run for your life.
Yeah.
This family are a nightmare.
Get out while you still can.
No, which is a shame. But she was kind of like messaging. So we kind of kept her in the loop a little bit with like messages and stuff. But no, hopefully she'll, I don't know, come on the next weekend away. But it was good fun.
Good.
Right, so last week, in fact, I think it was Friday's episode, we were talking about, why were we talking about public toilets?
We were
talking,
we were talking about Glastonbury and how you don't want to sit on the toilet because you don't know who's been there before.
Oh, by the way, you know I was saying about holes in the ground? I was right.
So
Get
you poo
this.
in the ground.
I saw something on TikTok. This guy was like, day 4 at Glastonbury, I'm going to go to the toilet, right? They're compostable toilets.
Right.
You queue, not only do you queue to poo in a hole,
Yeah.
you also have to get a cup of this sawdust to put
Oh,
over.
cover the poo.
Yes.
Oh God, I wouldn't be able to do it. I'd have to hold it for the whole 4 days. I would not be able to
Becky,
poo in a
that's
hole.
unhealthy.
I'd have to,
You'd
Law.
smell.
I
You would be
couldn't.
trumping all over the place. You can't do that.
I'm not you. They don't just pop out willy-nilly.
Right, so we were talking about hovering when you go to the toilet. Do I talk a lot about poo?
Yes, and actually, there's another great story.
Yeah.
We're not going to do it on today's podcast because
No,
this is such a good story that relates to Laura and poop, but we'll do it in another one.
So my sister messaged, she never hovers. She sits flat on that toilet seat in a public loo. Yeah,
Really?
never hovers. Yeah, that's quite brave, isn't it?
It's very brave, yeah.
Now, talking of the loo, you voice noted me last night whilst you were on the toilet. Were you doing a wee or a poo?
It was a wee.
Would you voice note me if you're doing a poo as well?
No.
Would you not?
No. See, I am a little bit funny about this. There are only certain people I'd voice note from the toilet, your good self being one of them.
Oh, I'm
Trying to
thank
think
you
who
so
else.
much for that.
Yeah.
Wow, you have to
You're
be special.
You're one of the lucky
Wow.
few. But yeah, I don't like it because I feel like people can hear, if you're voice noting, it's a bit echoey and they might hear like toilet noises, like a trickle or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't normally do
had
it.
you been to the toilet, then you voice note? You weren't going to the toilet?
No, I think, because what I like to do on the toilet is sometimes have a little rest.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So you might go for a quick little wee and then, or a poo, whatever you're going for, you might sit there. And I like to have a minute. Yeah, I like to get on my phone, just have a little look at what's going on and just, I like to look out my bathroom windows. It's quite a nice view out there. So no, voice noted you and I was sat on the toilet.
So I voice noted you back and swore. I can't remember what I was talking about. And then as you were listening to my voice note, your daughter Lily, didn't you swear back at me and then Lily heard?
Well, no, what's been happening recently is I'll play your voice notes out loud in front of Lily, but you have been swearing quite a lot on them.
Yeah, I'm quite sweary, actually.
You are quite sweary. And Lily now kind of knows what swear words are. She's very like, she always hears them now.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she heard yours and she just looks at me like, she goes, Mummy. And she goes, Laura said a bad word. She said the S word. Mummy, Laura said the F word. But obviously, this isn't just like once or twice. She now says it about 5 or 6 times to your voice. And I'm like, all right, kid. I'm like, I know she's sworn. All right. I'm like, we know she swears, but you're just going to have to pretend that she didn't say it. All right. But then I felt really bad because I'm like, am I now desensitizing my child to swear words?
Well, no, I am. Just blame me.
Yeah.
Didn't she once go, Jesus Christ? Or did she say something?
Yeah.
When she was with her dad and he went, where have you heard that from? She's like, Laura Summers.
Yeah.
Proper drop me in it.
Oh, literally dropped you in it. But now I can't listen to your voice notes in front of her. So if you send me one, if it pops up, I kind of have to wait then till I'm not with her to play it because, it's just every other word's a swear word.
But didn't you play some music that had swear words in it yesterday?
Oh, well, this is the other thing. We were in the car and we were playing some like Lizzo or something. And again, she's all like effing and jeffing in her songs. And Lily's like, Mummy. And I'm like, all right. So I have to change every single song.
That voice note where she went, Mummy, you got really annoyed. I love it. You're like, yes, all right, I'm on the loo. Like, not only were you on the loo, you also don't want to be told off by your daughter. I was like, oh, Becky's got a cob on.
But literally, honestly, it was like every other word you were saying. It's like, Mummy, Mummy, Mummy. Laura said this, Laura said that. I was like, all right. I was like, I can't go with this anymore.
My daughter, her first swear word, we ran her a bath. And I said something like, is your bath ready? Or I was like, what have you put? I can't remember what it was. But she turned around to me. She just looked at me. She was naked. She must have been about 5. She went, I've pissed in the bath.
No. Why is it so funny when kids swear? God. Like, it is the funniest thing.
Yeah.
It's naughty. It's the funniest thing.
I kind of want Lee to go into school and say a swear word, but blame me.
Yeah. Who said that?
I kind of want that
Laura. Mummy's friend Laura.
Laura Summers. Yeah, I quite like that. So, I will take the blame. If I have to go into school and speak to the teacher, so be it.
Listen, love, I don't think there's any doubt that it will be you who teaches her her first swear word.
Right, what's going on in the world? Well, to be fair, what is going on in the world at the moment?
We need to talk about America because I feel like everyone's talking about this at the moment. And quite frankly, it's shocking. Have we gone back to the dark ages?
I've tried to read a little bit into it because I don't get it. I think it was Saturday morning or Sunday morning. I was like, I don't understand why. I just don't understand why suddenly they've changed the law. From 1973 this was made.
Yeah.
Now suddenly it's now illegal to have an abortion. Well, they've basically paved the way. So states can now decide whether they can make it illegal, and I think like 13 states apparently are going to make it illegal.
But why was there even a thing where, like you say, there had to be a ruling? How did it even come up?
No, it's called Roe versus Wade. I think it was years ago, and it was some. I don't really know too much about it. All I know is that has now been overturned.
Yeah,
but it's not just it's if you have an ectopic pregnancy, you can't have an abortion. What?
It's just insanity, and like in a country as well where you can go and buy a gun, but then you can't, a woman can't take control of her own body. It doesn't make any sense.
It literally doesn't make any sense. If I feel so sorry for young girls in America at the moment.
Same.
Like, what?
It feels like as well, like it's going backwards in a world where we're, moving forwards with things and things are changing and becoming more acceptable. And it just feels like it's completely going backwards.
Well, there was something that I read online that not only is it going to be illegal, also that Roe versus Wade kind of law, or whatever you would call it, basically kept everything confidential. So it was private. So if you did have an abortion, no one would know about it. Now they've changed this law. That's now ended. So if you did have an abortion when you were 19, people will be able to see now.
What is this all about? Like, what's the reason behind it?
I think it's it's very political, isn't it? It's the Republicans. They've managed to get some Republicans in the Supreme Court. I think it's a lot to do with Trump, and I think it's a lot to do with religion as well.
It's nuts.
But yeah, basically, it's completely nuts. Right.
Time for mate.
Mate, I have got a mate for you. This is quite unbelievable.
How many A's are we having in this?
I think
mate?
This is a 6. This is a 6.
Okay.
Mate. Okay, so my daughter has started driving lessons. Now, because of lockdown, driving instructors are far and few.
Few and far
between, that's it. So finding a decent one, they're all booked up, okay.
Do they charge a lot these days, driving instructors? Well, they're quite expensive.
32 quid an hour.
32 quid an hour?
Now, don't you go, I'm going to go and do that, because I couldn't think of anything worse.
Oh, God, I would not.
Imagine?
No, I'd be so stressed. I would not want to be in a car with someone who can't drive.
Yeah,
no way.
No. So I thought I'd found one. Okay. Now, probably because he was so available, should have rung alarm bells.
Yep, I can do any day this week, anytime you want.
So anyway,
even a Sunday.
I'm going to change his name to Bob. Okay, because I wouldn't want to say his name. So
that's quite
Bob.
A driving instructor name, to be fair.
We found Bob. Yeah, weren't we saying there's always There's always a story behind a driving instructor. Do you remember Rob, who we used to work with? He said that his driving instructor never looked at him. So when he was driving, if he turned to talk to her, she'd look out the other window.
Well,
what about? I mean, can you say yours?
Yes, I will. But do you know what? Tell your story about yours, because this is an absolute corker.
Okay, right. So Bob, we'd arranged everything, and Grace was due to have a driving lesson. Right. I then got a message on Messenger, and it said, "Morning, Laura. Sorry for the late reply." Because I'd put, "Are you still all right for tomorrow?" and hadn't heard from him. My car is currently with Mini. Yesterday it came up with a brake system warning light, so just trying to get to the bottom of it. I'm hoping we can go ahead, but will all depend on what the issue is. Then he sent me a photo of the warning light on his car.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Yeah.
So anyway, I put, "Oh, that's a shame. Fingers crossed you get it sorted. I will keep you updated, Laura. There's break in the brake fluid pipe, so it's going to have to be redone. So annoyed and expensive." So I'd be like, all right, a little bit too much information, Bob, but whatever. So then I put, "Oh no, it's never cheap when it comes to cars, is it, Bob?" Anyway, he's put, "BMW, no, I need it ASAP, so fingers crossed." Anyway, I just put, "Keep me updated." He put, "Can't do it." So we arranged another lesson for the next week. Okay, so let's move on to the next week. I basically get a message. I messaged my daughter going, "Right, he's coming at 2:00. I can't remember what time it was, like 3:00. Rush home from school. He'll be there." So she rushes home from school. He's there waiting in his car.
Yeah.
She says to him, "I'll be a sec. I'm just going to run in and put my trainers on." She runs in to get her trainers on. As she's putting her trainers on, there's a knock at the door. So she opens the door. It's Bob. So she goes, "I won't be long,
Hello,
Bob."
Bob.
And he went, "I've got to go."
What?
My dog's poorly. I've got to go. And she went, "Okay." Boom, in the car. Bob's off. Right. Bob's gone. She messages me going, so the driving instructor's here. He's had to go because his dog's poorly. So I was like, "Oh, right. Okay." I then get a message at 7:30 that evening. "Hey, Laura and Grace. I'm so sorry about earlier. Unfortunately," this isn't funny. I'm not going to laugh at this. "Unfortunately, I've had to put my dog to sleep."
Oh no, poor Bob.
Poor Bob. I hope you both understand. I mean, me being a dog lover.
You're like, of course, Bob.
I was like, "Oh no, so sorry, Bob. Sorry to hear that."
Couldn't say Bob anymore, by the way.
"It's fine!" exclamation mark. So I put, "Is it Bob? Is it fine?"
Well, it's not really
Your dog's
fine,
just been put
Bob.
to sleep,
Yeah.
mate. It's not.
That's
He
really
put,
sad.
"I just felt absolutely awful for Grace." So I put, "Well, okay, Bob, don't worry. Hope you're okay."
Yeah.
That was it. Sent him another message, right? So we rearranged another lesson the next week, right? "Hi, Bob. Will you be seeing Grace today?" Okay. 2 hours later. "Hey, Laura. I was until I got assaulted.
Stop it.
Please accept my sincere apologies." Then sends me a photo of his hand, which is covered in blood.
Let me see. Right, this is now getting ridiculous.
Covered
This is
in
the
blood.
third time that he's cancelled.
Yeah, so first of all, we've had the cars broke, then the dog died, now he's been assaulted.
I mean,
but
that
the
does
thing
look
is,
quite bad, to be fair.
yeah, but Becky, has he been assaulted or has he assaulted someone? Because that looks like he's punched something.
Yeah, well, it's his hand. And yeah, you're right. He does look like
I mean,
he's
he
knocked
wouldn't
someone
take.
out.
Yeah, that wouldn't be his. Sorry, can I just? You know where you've just punched me, mate?
Yeah.
Can I just take a photo of your hand and send? Yeah, he put
How
just
bizarre.
currently in hospital. Oh,
Did you reply?
I didn't reply to that because I thought there ain't no way my daughter's getting in a car with
No,
Bob.
no.
Okay, Bob's had 3 strikes.
Bob sounds a little unhinged.
Yeah. So then he sent me a message a couple of days later saying, "Hey, Laura, are we good to go ahead next week?" I put, "Hi, Bob.
No, Bob.
Hope you're well. I found another instructor." Because
Grace can't get in a car with him.
no.
I'm sorry. 1 cancellation, fair enough. 2, you kind of understand
I mean,
if his
the
dog's been
second
put
one
down.
he turned up, but
Yeah.
then he left. And then, obviously, but then, have you getting
The
in? How would
third
you,
time.
I almost wanted to know. I was a bit like, "Bob, what happened,
Yeah.
Bob?"
Why don't you message him now and just say, "Listen, I have got another instructor, Bob, but still, what
I
happened?"
don't know. I don't think I need to speak
We don't
to
trust
Bob anymore.
Bob, though, do we? No.
No.
So, we were saying
Yes.
earlier on about driving instructors. And I do think, and we don't want to generalise here, but we're going to generalise. There is something about them.
Right.
I think to do that job, you've got to be a certain type of person.
Okay.
So I used to work with, I don't want to say this without
don't
giving
say
him...
that bit. Just say where he is now.
Right, he was a driving instructor that I knew.
Yeah.
That's what I'll say. Anyway, there was something about him as well I wasn't keen on. I remember saying to him at the time, I was like, I don't know about him. What should we call this one?
Let's call him Timmy.
Timmy. So, something I wasn't... I'm writing that name down so I don't forget it.
Okay.
Wasn't sure about Timmy. There were a couple of questionable things about him. Anyway, a few years after I sort of knew him, somebody who also knew him messaged me and went, hey, have you heard about Timmy?
Right.
I went, no. What's Timmy done? No, this isn't funny.
This is
oh,
bad.
God, hang
Is this
on.
worse than the dog?
Yeah, this is really bad. And it's not funny, but
It's not funny.
I'm laughing because I'm nervous
stop
about mentioning
laughing.
it. All right.
Go on. Where is he now?
He's in prison.
Right.
Timmy's in prison for murdering somebody. Do you know, I'm not going to say who it is because I don't want people to
You
start
know
looking
who
up.
it is?
Yes, I do.
Was it one of his pupils?
No. Stop, because no, this is bad.
That
This
is really bad.
No, he didn't murder one of his pupils. No,
Right.
he murdered,
just someone else.
well, his wife.
Stop it.
I know this is why it's not. This is why it's bad. Don't look. Stop looking at me, Laura.
I thought.
Don't look at me.
Why can't I look at you?
Because it's going to make me laugh. And I no. Turn around, Laura. Turn around. Stay like that. Just while I say
It was
this.
the neighbour.
No.
That's even worse.
No, I know. So he murdered his
Oh,
wife.
my good
And he's now in
God.
prison. So I will just
Well,
end on this.
listen.
I always knew there was something about Timmy, and I was right.
Anyone that's got young children that are going for driving lessons, then be warned.
Yeah, I mean, maybe take them out yourself. Yeah. Are we going to get done for this today? I feel like we're going to get into trouble.
You.
Yeah.
I'll see you later, love. Right, let's end it there today. Yeah.
We'll be back tomorrow.
Bye.